Hi everyone, thanks so much for tuning into our Q&A. We've done a quarter of the trail so far, so we thought it would be a great opportunity where we could reach out to you guys and answer some questions that you might have. So just so you know, it's thundering and raining where we're at, but we are under a covered porch, but we're still going to answer these questions for you. But we thought it might be nice to do it outside.
And our first questions are from username Kanzi. They ask about our food and to elaborate on our food, why we chose it, and how many calories they are.
Great question. Thanks so much for asking. And I apologize we haven't kind of followed up with our food and resupply drop boxes until now in this Q&A, but thanks so much for asking that question. We started out the trail with a month and a half of resupply boxes where it was mostly plant-based items, including a few things that weren't plant-based. So we had a few tuna options that we would pick up and then some homemade beef jerky. But now we're not eating as much plant-based since it is a little bit harder to buy when you're shopping at a gas station or a Dollar General. But we are trying to eat as healthy as we can and stay within our food budget financially. So for now, we've been shopping from everything for Cliff Bars for breakfast, think Thin Bars. For snacks, we do tuna, or I'm doing peanut butter and granola wrapped in a tortilla for lunches now. We can do beef jerky. For dinners, we'll pick up Knorr pasta sides or the rice sides. But there are several other options if you are wanting to stay, you know, within the vegetarian or vegan side of things if you're out here. So we do see those options, and I try to get as many of those as I can. In town, we are eating, you know, burgers, pizza. We try to enjoy ourselves, but I am trying to stay back with the plant-based items that I started with. It is just a little bit tougher when you are resupplying at Dollar General or something, but there are options out there. For calories, we haven't been calculating them down to the bar, to the T, to know exactly how much, but we do range between 2,500 and 3,000 just based on what's on our food bag now that I could say, yep, that's usually what we're eating.
Next question from Kanzi is, who are your most watched hiker videos and why? Alright, so I'm going to answer this question. Honestly, we spend so much time hiking and making our own videos, we don't have a lot of time to watch other hiker videos. However, for inspiration to make these videos, I watch like Casey Neistat, Peter McKinnon. There's a few other ones out there, but in terms of actual hiking, I do follow the big ones like Follow Bigfoot and Homemade Wanderlust and Darwin on the Trail. Those are all great ones to watch. Anything that they say really is pretty much anything I would go with. So they're good, and I highly recommend their channels. Question number 3 from Miss Kanzi, Mr. Kanzi. What kind of cook system are you using, if any?
Alright guys, so this is our cook system setup, including our canister stove, which I don't have with us right now, but we are using the Toaks 900 milliliter pot. Nice. And it fits all of our foods, no problem. And then we have the BRS 3000, which is a fabulous stove weighing in under an ounce. And then we always carry with us the Bic mini lighter.
So Kanzi is a gearhead, and they have asked us to show you our top 5 pieces of gear.
Okay guys, so my number 1 piece of gear is the Thermarest pillow. I'm going to have the specific name for you down in the description, but this pillow compresses really small. It's made of foam blocks, and it's great for a wonderful night's sleep on trail. My pillow pairs in perfectly with my Thermarest NeoAir Xlite sleeping pad. It's the women's version and weighs only 12 ounces. Number 3 is the ZPacks Classic Down Sleeping Bag 20-degree version. Next up is my trusty Patagonia hat. It keeps the sun off my face, and I love to wear it with my rain jacket when it rains because it keeps the rain off my face. Last but not least is my BRS 3000 stove. It is under an ounce and it cooks things amazingly.
Alright, first up would be the ZPacks Duplex. It's an awesome tent. The only time it ever has a little bit of issue is if it's raining really hard. You'll get some condensation, but you're going to get that with any single wall tent. And if it's super windy, it can just be kind of flappy sometimes, even with it guyed down really tightly. It's just unfortunately how it is. Other than that, I love the tent. Very lightweight, plenty of room for 2 people, and that's about it. As well as Ninja Snail, I also love my ZPacks sleeping bag. I'm about to switch out of it though because it's getting too warm in the summer, but it has been a phenomenal bag. 20 degrees. I've never missed the hood. I usually will just wear a beanie and I'm totally fine, or wear this, which I'll explain in just a second. But this bag is phenomenal. The next piece is the Lone Peaks by Altra. These are fantastic shoes. I actually just got this new pair today. I had been wearing the Ultra Temps. Picked those up in Damascus because they didn't have any Lone Peaks, and I'm pretty sure that's why I developed the Achilles bursitis, because that back piece on the Temp is made out of a hard plastic, and that really hurt my foot over the long haul. So I'm really excited to get back into the Ultras. Love this shoe. Next piece of gear is actually what's on me, the Patagonia R1 Hoody. Hoodie is important because they make one without the hood. I love the hood because it doubles as a beanie. I rarely wore a beanie, and I could double up if I needed it. Also, the hooded version comes all the way up here, so it's like a balaclava. And as well, on the hooded version, you've got the thumb holes, which the regular version doesn't have. Highly recommend it. I'd keep my phone right here in this pocket. I mean, it's just a very versatile piece of gear. It's very breathable, and I love this hoodie. And then the last piece of gear is the pillow made by Rumpl. I'll put my down bag, my down jacket in there, or any other clothes that I'm not wearing to give it some more firmness. But it's a great pillow. I love the fuzzy side because it just feels better than an air blow up pad pillow, and this is just awesome. The last question by Kanzi, and probably the most important one, is what do we do to reaffirm ourselves when the trail gets tough? How do we keep ourselves motivated?
That's a really great question, so thanks so much for asking that. The number one biggest thing that we do on trail every day is pray together. So we'll each take turns and we say a prayer, and that's just really been a huge part of our hike this year. Second is a trick that I taught myself. It's really about smiling when the going is getting tough. So if it's below 30 degrees and the wind was howling, I said to myself, okay, how big of a smile can you get if someone, just picture yourself, if someone was taking your picture right now and you were standing on a beach and this picture was going to end up on Facebook or Instagram. I didn't want to be teary-eyed or frustrated looking. I wanted to have the best smile I could put on. So I would usually smile as big as I could for a few minutes or while I was hiking, and that would usually uplift my mood. Other than that, we just try to stay positive. We do get frustrated, so I know we try to show the best of the best out here on trail, but when the going gets tough, or we're both just in a crummy mood for whatever, we really try to encourage each other and really try not to have that mood affect us for more than just a little bit of time and then come back together.
Wanted to add one other quick thing. We're treating this as a job, not a vacation. It's not a vacation. Vacations are relaxing. You just take your time and you can just do whatever you want. Out here, you really have to hike every day, no matter what. You have to get your miles in. Yes, we're off trail right now, but that's because we're injured. If you were say you're in construction, you get hurt, you can't go to work and work hurt because you're now going to be a liability to the company and to yourself. You have to take time off to heal. So that's what we're doing now. But every day you have to get up, you have to do your miles, whether you like it or not, you have to go the distance. Next two questions are from Jason. He asks, have we had any close encounters with snakes, and how do we keep our phones charged during our hike?
Thanks, Jason, for asking those two questions. We have come across some snakes. Only two have been actually across the trail where we kind of just let them do their own thing for a minute. They did coil back and look at us with their heads. I hate snakes. I hate snakes. But we did pass without any encounters where they were biting us or trying to attack us. So that was great. Second question regarding our how we charge our phones. We try to charge our phones as anytime we go into town. So we always carry our Apple chargers. And then as a backup for our phones, we carry the Anchor Power Core. It's 10,000 milliamp hour, I think is how you, the abbreviation for MAH. But we both carry one and they've been great.
All right, this next question is from Keith, and it's similar to Kanzi's last question, but he explained how he's spent about a year getting everything ready with his family, home, business, equipment, his physical well-being, and then he went out and only lasted a few weeks, realized he wasn't mentally ready. And so his question is, what did we do to mentally prepare for our 2018 through hike?
Yeah, so that question is similar to Kanzi's question, but to reiterate how Sandals was saying, that this hike is a job for us, so it's something that we set out to do. So we applied for it, we got the job, and then we want to make sure that we do everything in our power, that we're doing really well at our job. So we may take a vacation day or we may take a sick day, but we're focused on doing our job well every day.
Todd asked, do we use sunscreen or a sun hat?
So we haven't had that much sun, to be honest. We have had a few nice days where it was really sunny, but we both wear our hats every day almost, whether it's raining or sunny. For sunscreen, it's kind of hard for me to wear sunscreen. I hate that feeling on my skin. I also really don't like the chemicals that are in most modern sunscreens. So we haven't really applied any so far this trip. If I was going to apply a sunscreen, I would try to find something that's a more natural version or doesn't have as many of the chemicals that is in most modern sunscreens.
So Tim and Sharon asked a few questions. One, did we have to take a break from work or quit our jobs? How are we managing medical insurance since we are away from work for a significant amount of time? And 3, are you going to be at Trail Days for Damascus next week? And we would love to meet you. Unfortunately, that was this past weekend and we weren't there because we were here healing, so I am sorry that we didn't get to meet you, but I hope you had a great time at Trail Days.
Okay, so we get asked that question a lot. How are a 25 and 27-year-old able to take off this time and go hike the Appalachian Trail for 6 months? What we did is Jake was working in real estate before this, and he stopped working as a team member for his Keller Williams team. So now he's considered self-employed, so that he'll be doing real estate when he gets back. For me, I was working with a blog called Southern Savers, and when I get back, I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, so we just decided to take the time off. We had enough money saved up, and we are diligent with making sure that we're budgeting and saving our money while we're on trail, so we have money to go back to when we're back in the real world. And as for medical insurance, we both are on something called MediShare. It's a Christian sharing program, so it's not technically insurance. It's a sharing plan where you send in your money and it pools together with other members of that plan, and they are the ones that actually pay for your medical bills if one arises. It's been great so far. The only negative I've seen with it is just finding places that accept it or that they will bill to it, but they do have a way around that, so you should check that out if you are interested in something like that.
So the next question comes from Nick, and he asks, what is the main difference from last hike to this one?
Okay, so we would say the main difference is our mentality, so our outlook about this hike. In 2016, it was more that vacation lifestyle of easygoing, whatever we wanted to do that day, versus this year is we are on a mission, we have a goal, and we want to do it.
Our next question comes from Chris Aconi, and they are asking a little bit more information about our Amish experience.
Alright, thank you so much for asking that question because it was a great experience, so it has a good memory for us. It was out of Burke's Garden, so what we did is we were looking on gut hooks that previous morning, and we saw that there was a general store that had Amish baked goods and sandwiches, and we were like, that sounds amazing. It's not in the AWOL guide, but it is in Gut Hooks app, so we saw that and we were like, how can we get there? So what we did is we called the store, and they said that they could summon someone up with a car that would come get us, and then on the way back they were like, we might have the car, might have to take you up by a buggy ride. And so we're like, you know, we're not in a rush, we can take a long lunch if we need to, whatever is easiest. So it ended up being easiest for the lady who picked us up to keep going on with her day. So we stayed there for about an hour, hour and a half, eating sandwiches, drinking our soda. It was really nice. We just hung out on the front porch, and then we had Joe, the owner of the store, take us back by buggy ride. It took about an hour and a half, and it was a really nice day, so it ended up being a really nice just time talking with them. We learned more about the Amish lifestyle, their culture, and I think there's about 10 or 12 other families that live in the Burke's Garden area, so it's really nice. They're there and enjoying themselves, and it was really great to learn more about the Amish community. So we've saved the best for last. This question is from Miller, and he wants to know, what does Sandals do regarding his facial hair maintenance?
So I don't really do anything. Just let it grow. Don't trim it. Never trim the mustache. You gotta let it continue to grow so that you can get the proper length on the ends to make it curl. I don't carry wax out there because it would get really nasty as I sweat. I did shave the sides because I really just don't grow any beard. I can't grow anything up here. It's just on my neck. So I've got the mustache. It's fun. And yeah, hope you enjoy.
Alright guys, thank you so much for bearing with us during the rain and thunderstorms and all the other outside noise we've had to put up with today. But we thank you guys so much for tuning in with us during our quarterway Q&A today. And hopefully these questions and answers were helpful for you.
See you at the trail.